First half, he seemed to control the rebounding side of things.
Yeah, I think offensively I had a pretty good game. I think I didn't do as good a job limiting him as I have in previous games. I think he still had 16 and 15 rebounds, so and a handful of assists still as well. So I think he still was able to impact the game, and I'm not sure if holding a guy to 16 and 15's controlling him, but I was happy how I played on the offensive end after a bit of a slow start.
Your last 5 games have been pretty impressive. You've been happy with your output, and is it purely and simply you've got over this ankle injury and you're fit?
Yeah, I think it was just I've gotten back to being more consistent. After the ankle injury, I was inconsistent. I'd have a good game and then not so good, and then not so good. And I think the last 5 or 6 games I've managed to get it back to more of an even keel and string a couple games together where it's pretty consistent throughout.
Did the ankle have more of an impact than you initially thought it might, the second one specifically?
Yeah, I think so. I think after the first one I came back and after the first one I hit the ground running pretty well straight away, and so when I did the second one I was sort of probably overconfident, probably a bit overzealous in terms of getting back and getting straight back to how I was playing. So I think maybe the mentality coming back was a bit different than after the first one, but I think it's in the past now. It's distant memory, so it's feeling pretty good.
Must be good to have that confidence and be feeling good now at this point of the year when it really matters.
Yeah, for sure, and I think the group throughout the year's done a fantastic job of stepping up when different guys go down, whether it be myself or Brice or Mitch now. So but for myself personally, it's great to be feeling healthy at this time of the year, and knock on wood, it stays that way.
In a sense, you had a massive third quarter and kept the team in it, but so you sometimes look and go, oh man, I could have been the hero, but poor old Brice just started to turn it up in that last quarter.
I mean, Brice is fantastic, isn't he? He just, and now, when one guy gets going, whether it's myself in the third quarter, we try and get that person, the ball, and it was my turn in the third quarter, and then Brice, turned it on in the fourth and in overtime. So, why wouldn't we keep giving him the ball when he's, just knocking down every single shot he takes? And he got us over the line absolutely, and that's why he's going to be the MVP.
So the Bogut matchup last week, you've got Daniel Johnson. Are they the polar opposites, you would say, as a matchup?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Bogut's massive presence inside, and he sits inside and protects the rim a lot more, and doesn't step out and shoot threes like DJ has the potential to. So different skill sets and different strengths and weaknesses. So obviously we'll look at the matchups this week and get ready for Friday.
Does that change your game much yourself?
A little bit. There's a few adjustments that you make, on defense as well, because he can shoot, and on offense there's a few tweaks that we'll make. But for me, I think it's more just keeping the same mindset that I've had, and being aggressive and playing with confidence, and trying to emulate what I did more in the second, third, and fourth and overtime. But trying to forget about that first quarter with the Kings.
To go Sydney, Adelaide, Melbourne, knowing that there's a chance that they're going to be the other 3 teams with you guys in the finals, is that an ideal preparation for you to practice what you need to do against each individual opponent before the playoffs?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're pretty fortunate in that we're going to play. It probably looks like Adelaide's going to lock up that 4th spot. So we're playing 3 finals teams to finish the regular season. So, we're getting some quality games, some playoff caliber games. So we're getting to really test what we're made of, and make some adjustments to get even better. And I think it's the perfect way to get prepared for finals.
What about you specifically against the big blokes?
Yeah, it's great. Much of the same answer, I think. Going against Bogut, DJ, and Boone. Those guys are all quality bigs, and not that there's really any teams in the league this year that don't have any quality bigs. I think it's pretty good across the whole league. But for me individually, it's the same thing. Yeah, I'm fortunate I get to play against those guys before I get to see them in the finals.
Do you have to change much against them? Do you have to change up much for each opponent, or you just go with your own game plan?
You go with your own game plan, obviously, and you want to have the mindset that I spoke about already. You want to be aggressive, play with confidence, but obviously every individual player has their strengths and weaknesses, so you can't play everyone exactly the same. Otherwise, you'll get burnt one way or another. So obviously Bogut and DJ are very different, and then DJ and Boone are very different. So obviously you look at every individual matchup as they come, but for us we look at one game at a time. So the focus this week's DJ. for me.
We know the history of Adelaide and Perth games, and a lot of them result in a bit of push and shove. Because so much on the line, probably more for Adelaide at this stage to win to get in the final. Are you expecting a feisty Friday night, do you think?
Oh, I don't know if feisty is the right word. I think there'll be, I think both teams are going to be playing hard. I don't think any team ever goes out on the court, expecting to push and shove or expecting to get into a fight. I think maybe that just results from the closeness of the game, the competitiveness. There's been a little bit of a history there, but I don't think either club's going into the game with that at the forefront of their mind. But no doubt it will be a tightly contested game.
Obviously, Adelaide sitting that little bit lower. Are you expecting them to come out hard and hope to get out on top on this one?
Oh, of course. They're fighting it out with Brisbane right now, and I think last time I looked, I think all they need to do is win one game to lock up that fourth spot. So, they're going to be scratching, clawing, doing whatever they can to make it into the finals, and then they can sit there and prepare for a game or two like we can. And of course, they're going to be wanting to get one over us and make sure that we do whatever they can to make sure that we don't finish in the top two.
Have you been able to have a chance to look at anything they're doing, see if they're doing anything different?
A little bit. Obviously, our focus was Sydney this week. We had a day off yesterday, and but our attention will definitely turn to Adelaide this week, and we'll lock in on them and make whatever adjustments we need to.
It's a fair guard on Trico's at the moment. How's he handling trying to train with that thing?
Yeah, I think the guard's just a precaution for training. I think he's doing all right, but I'm not too sure what's going on with him specifically. He's out there training, so it mustn't be too bad.
Top spot for you? How crucial is it to win a title to finish on top of the NBL ladder at the end of the regular season?
It definitely helps. I think 2 years ago when we won one with Perth, we finished third, but we were fortunate enough to have home court advantage for the finals after Wollongong beat Adelaide. So it definitely does help. I think especially playing in Perth and having teams have to fly all the way over here. So if we can finish first, it'll go a long way. Obviously, it doesn't guarantee anything though.